Alright people, we have major news that just dropped a couple days ago. Something is brewing over at Atlus, something that a lot of you have guessed would come. Something that I didn't believe needed to be done. Something I didn't believe would be done considering how perfect the first game was. But Persona 5 The Royal has been announced. Now what is Persona 5 The Royal? Well, right now we don't know. Atlus is being tight-lipped about it. They're not going to say anything until April 24th at the Persona Super Live P Sound Street 2019. So what's going on with Persona 5 The Royal? Well, here's what it could be. It could be one of two things. One, it could either be the exact same game with added content, i.e. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 3 FES, Persona 4 Golden. Or, and this is the option that I want, it could be a direct sequel on a smaller scale to Persona 5. The way the character sounds and what she's talking about in that teaser trailer we got, she doesn't seem like a protagonist. She doesn't act like a protagonist. So it being Persona 3 Portable, what Persona 3 Portable is to Persona 3, I don't think at this point that is what's going to be the case. It just doesn't seem like it unless we get to play an antagonist for once. That we kind of did that way back with Persona 2. I really hope that this is more on the lines of a sequel and that she is the antagonist and she's going to make her own group to counter the Phantom Thieves. And maybe we get to play both sides. You can repackage the game in the same way that Far Cry has done to do their spin-offs and direct sequels that they release for like $40, right? Far Cry New Dawn is a direct sequel to Far Cry 5, except that, you know, they just took the same map and they, you know, put different, the way the environment looked was different, but it's the same engine, so it doesn't take as long. It doesn't take as long to do it. You add in some new character models, blah, blah, blah. That's what they could do with Persona 5 The Royal. Now, I think Persona 5 The Royal is going to be a standard $60 game. It's not going to be a discounted price the way Far Cry New Dawn is, but I believe it should follow in those footsteps. I don't want this to be Persona 5 FES / Portable. Because I don't feel Persona 5 needs it. Persona 4 needed Golden. If it wasn't for Golden, Persona 4 wouldn't be on the level that it is as far as hype-wise and the love that it gets as it is right now. You know, Golden made Persona 4 that much better of a game. Golden overtook Persona 4. Like I said, they redid the voice acting. They gave a brand new voice actor in Golden, and they brought all the originals back to do the extra content. That was how you do a redo, you know, of a game. If you're going to add additional content, that's how it should be done. And I believe, if I'm correct, that version is the canon version of Persona 4. So Marie added into that game, made it that much better. All the additional scenes, all the additional hangouts, the fan service, whatever you want to call it, it made that game that much better, and it struck people's hearts. Stole your hearts like the Phantom Thieves. Persona 5 doesn't need that because Persona 5 was very good on that level the first time around. Persona 5 was on Persona 4 Golden's level the very first time around, so it doesn't need a Royal. It doesn't need that upgrade, that updated with extra content. It's not needed for this, so why do it? Persona 4 needed it. Persona 3 needed FES. I don't think Persona 3 needed Portable, where you got that option to play as the other girl. That was just kind of like, here, we're throwing in extra choice. It's good for having that extra option, but it's not needed. I'm talking about as far as what's needed. Persona 3 FES was needed to answer some questions. Persona 4 Golden, that was needed because that was a much better version of the game. Persona 4 was good. Persona 4 Golden was great. Persona 5 was great upon release. It doesn't need this. So a sequel in the vein of what Far Cry New Dawn is to Far Cry 5, I think works out much better. Use the same engine, use the same streets in the same cities, all the locations the same labyrinths. All of them can be the exact same. Maybe, you know, you flesh it out with some different enemies and whatnot. And I believe that's exactly what they're doing, because this how fast this game came out after Persona 5. So there's not going to be an upgrade to the graphics or anything. It's the exact same engine. It looks the exact same engine. There's nothing that looks upgraded as far as technical wise. But extra content doesn't need to be added to Persona 5. I don't see how you could do that without messing up the story. A lot of people have pointed out that she's a first year, not a second year, which doesn't work well with what went on in Persona 5. So if you wanted to give her the option, like in Persona 3 Portable, of just being a female character that you could play as, maybe they found a way to make it fit, adding in some dialogue that could work for her. I just don't see it as necessary, and I think that's the worst option of the two. Direct sequel would be my choice. That's what Persona 5, the Royal, that's what it needs to be. Golden was needed for 4, FES was needed for 3. A sequel is what would be needed to 5. And I've thought a lot about my ranked list, which is one of my most popular videos that I've ever done, was me ranking the Persona 5 franchise and putting Golden above Persona 5. A lot of people hated that, but I did. But let me just say, if this is a sequel and it fleshes out that ending a little bit more, Persona 5 will go above Golden, mark my words. Of course, it has to be done right. It can't be bullcrap sequel. If it's a sequel, I'm going to bundle those together the same way I bundled Golden and 4 together. If it's a sequel, in the vein of New Dawn, Persona 5 will be above Golden. Mark my words. I will almost redo that entire video. I'll probably redo the top 3, but I will redo that video if that is true. But what do you guys think of Persona 5 The Royal? What do you think it is, and what do you want it to be? Comment down below. And I hope you guys enjoy watching the video. See you all next time. Go home, take a bath, don't smell like swamp butt. Goodbye.